too long. Oh, what's with all the cops? Well, this might be a really long video or a very short one. Well, shit, something happened over here. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good afternoon. Those of you who are in Florida and are in the path, hopefully you are not in the path or you have hunkered down and prepared. A few important notes while I have them in my head. So first of all, the storm surge is expected between Tampa and somewhere south of Tampa, anywhere from 10 to 15 feet. So make sure you're not by the coast, because that could be very bad, obviously. Now, for those of you who have family, friends, or you yourself are in North Carolina, check the Red Cross website. They also now have not just, hey Teresa, thank you, hey Daryl, hey C4. They don't only have the Red Cross shelters, they have affiliate shelters. Hey Daryl. So in North Carolina, from Asheville up to the northeast along I-40, I believe it's I-40, there are over, by my count, about 24 locations. About half of them are 24-hour shelters where you can sign in and stay the night. The others are PODs, which are points of distribution for food, water, sandbags, equipment, stuff like that. So if you have friends or family in the affected area, it's all up and down that area. Most of them are either in high schools, fire stations, or in churches. So tell them if they have any kind of connectivity to get the Red Cross app, and it will give them exact directions of where to go. Hey Joy, what's going on? Hey Winning Streak, hey KP. Also, there's a town north of Asheville in North Carolina. I can't remember the highway. It's like 38 or something. So basically you have 40 goes kind of like that, and then this other highway around the mountains. And there's the Pine National Forest, nothing in there obviously, but just north of Asheville, there's another highway. There are about 6 more. If you're looking for a shelter or a point of distribution in North Carolina, Highway 40 has the majority of those between the colleges in the Northeast and Asheville. There's a bunch, and there's a bunch down the Tennessee-North Carolina border, the highway that runs there. So if you know someone who's looking for that, hey Hudson, what's going on? And anyone I missed, sorry, the chat sped up real quick. Check there. And have them check there. And remember, if you go to a shelter, they will not turn you away. Most of them are pet friendly from what it looked like. There were a few that do not allow pets, so they need to double check. And remember, you can sign into an emergency shelter, be it Red Cross or one of the affiliates, stay there for the night, and then go sign out and go back home and continue repairing or doing whatever. So that's that. Now, Florida already has over, I lost count. There were over 25 shelters. They had tentative points where they were going to set up points of distribution for food, but those are usually out in the open, right? It's like an open air under tents, and then you drive through and collect stuff. They are not open yet because the storm is about to hit. So those are shut down. Now the shelters are open, and they were all over Tampa, and they went inland and up and down the highway. Thank you, Teresa. Yes, Hudson's on at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central tonight. Those shelters are open. The ones I saw around Tampa and St. Petersburg, every single one was pet friendly. If you have a cat, the cat must be in a crate or a carrier of some type. If you have a dog, they need a leash or a harness, and they need to be with the owner at all times. Other than that, they're open, they're accepting people. The state said they're not turning anyone away. The police and the firefighters will not go out once the winds hit 35 to 40 miles an hour. That's it. They're going to go back to their stations, and they're going to shut it down. It's just they're at risk trying to get people once the winds get any stronger than that. If you look at the local news in Florida, they actually have a video where, you know, it's a camera over one of the bridges, and the weatherman saying, yeah, and you know, you'll have this rain and this area will be flooded. And then the guy behind the cameraman or the weatherman goes, we're getting rotation near that bridge. And so the weatherman says to the camera, we're going to watch this now because you're about to see a water spout go over the bridge. And there were 2 police cars there, and sure enough, a water spout crosses the bridge about 50 yards away from those cops, and like everything got blown around. So I can tell you for sure there were at least 3 touchdowns. I watched one live stream off of the Tampa News, and there were 2 others that were reported. So people do not need to be on the road in Florida at this point. If you have not bugged out, get somewhere as safe as you can in a solid building that's higher than 15 feet, and you're going to have to wait it out. Hey, Rebecca. But the shelters are open. So if you have friends or family, before the cell phones, you saw the live stream too. It's crazy. It was on that bridge, and it had like that platform, and then the bridge continued, and those cops were there, and there was this Jeep like hauling ass when I guess they realized what was coming. They were like, oh, down the bridge trying to get away. I'm surprised they didn't wreck. But all things aside, if you have friends or family in the affected area, now's the time. Tell them if they cannot get out, don't get caught on the highway in this storm. Go to the shelter, bring your pets. They will accept pets. If you have, and this is where, hey, Devil Dog, this is where having the bug out book really comes in handy. You have your insurance papers, you have the dog's shot record with you, or their dog tags. This is where socializing your pets is super important. Dee Dee put us at the very bottom again. So make sure you folks, if you have everyone, yeah, they're getting a lot of tornadoes. St. Petersburg mayor and the emergency response person and the police commissioner went live earlier. They were announcing, look, go to the shelters. The shelters will turn no one away. We have food, we have water, we have nurses or medics at every shelter. They have a police officer or 2 at every shelter. They're all reamed us with a nary a kiss. Oh no. I'm sorry, Daryl, that sucks. Folks, if you're not in a safe place, or your relative or friend is not safe, tell them to check the app. Now, if you go on the website, you can read off, if you click on the different icons, it'll give you the address and the name of the location, like the, you know, the St. Petersburg First Baptist Church at, you know, Main Street, 123 Main Street. It'll give you the exact address so they can go there. Yeah, they're going to need God's help to get through it. So, reporting the explosion of tornadoes. I never heard PDS before. It stands for predictable destruction. Not sure what the S means. No, I don't know. That's interesting, because Ryan Hall usually doesn't get overly freaked out. Hey, Dragon. But if you have friends and family in the area, get a few, if you know roughly where they are, get some of these addresses and text the addresses to them. Phones and FaceTime take too much data, and as the towers go down, those calls will not go through. We learned that during Katrina, Ike, and Harvey. I experienced it firsthand. Send it in text, no pictures, just texts. Hey, this address has a shelter. This address has a shelter. The shelters may have to move, in which case, if the shelter starts to flood, that's where the National Guard's going to come in handy. The National Guard, Texas, has already sent a convoy of rescue teams out there. Louisiana, the Cajun Navy is actually in North Carolina. I think the Louisiana National Guard is sending units who have hurricane experience to Florida, and they're up in the panhandle kind of standing by because they can't go into the zone yet. So there's a lot of resources available for anyone who didn't have the means to get out or was stuck. Also, there's I think if you call, God bless, it's not 911, it's 211, I think. in Florida, you can request an emergency ride before the winds get too severe. They can send a bus or a fire truck to you and pick you up and get them to a shelter. So particularly dangerous situations. So yes, folks, if you have friends, families, loved ones in the area, there are resources, there are shelters, they are open. There's no reason for them to stay in a dangerous situation. Hey, Rip Curl, if you know where they are, if you know what city or town, you can go to the Red Cross website. I believe it's redcross.org, and you can find the map of shelters. Zoom into their area, write down the addresses and text it to them and let them know where those addresses are. So if they have to bail out of where they are, they start getting water. Because sometimes you hunker down and it gets out of hand. Hey, take care, Teresa. Hey, Resistance. If it gets out of hand where they are at, hey, Rip Curl, I hope you're being safe over there, man. If they have to bail out, they don't want to be wandering the streets in this shit. They want to go straight to the shelter and hunker down there as best as they can. They've got the people, they've got the assets. The guard from multiple states are there, starting to get wild and jagged. Yeah, she's going to get the back end of it. Winning streak, tell Mamacita that they are expected to get 4-foot surge on the Jacksonville side. From what I saw from the local Tampa weather, they're going to get the backdraft of that storm as it comes through. They said they're going to try to leave the water on as long as they can. They think they got 80% of the people or more either out of their homes or into the shelters. They did an amazing job, because considering how many millions are there, they think they got less than 10% are stuck in place somewhere. So God bless them. They reacted early. They got people in place. They did it the best they could. Now it's nature and the hand of God for these folks. Her body's all, no, she could get it started. Okay. It was sad. Vacationed at Indian Shores and Indian Rocks for about 5 years. So, folks, if you have friends and family, hey, Independent, hey, Dragon, go to the Red Cross site, zoom in to their area, and text them where all the addresses are for the shelters. The governor has said no shelter will turn them in, even if they don't have a bed. They'll have to sit on the floor somewhere, but they will be in a secure building. They will have Red Cross assistance. They'll have first aid people. They'll have food. If it's not Red Cross, it'll be like an affiliate church or National Guard Armory. They're going to have something for them. So if they're in a dangerous situation, the house is starting to take on water, if they can safely get out, do it. And folks, look, there's information out there. So the rest of us who are outside of this zone, if you find out someone is stuck or they're having a hard time, get those addresses and text it to them if you can, or call them if the phone's still working and tell them, hey, these addresses have shelter if you need to go. If they're bringing the pets, leashes or harnesses. If the dog's socialized, much better. If it's a cat, they need a crate or a harness of some type, because the cats they just flip out, because cats are assholes. I love my cat, but he's an asshole. I mean, it's just what he is. But anyway, folks, I just wanted to share this real quick. You guys be good. God bless. I'm going to go, I'm going to start posting addresses later tonight once I get a chance. And again, redcross.org. The state of Florida has the emergency response website. God, I can't remember it. And then each city, so Tampa, St. Petersburg, all the way down the coast, they have their emergency operations center. They're posting as much info as they can while they still have satellite and data. And the National Guard guys who aren't already in the area, they're standing by just outside the zone. They got the vehicles, they got the equipment. DTMS is out there. The power line people are out there. They're just waiting. They got to This storm's got to go through. They can't run cranes and 80-mile-an-hour wind. People will get hurt. They just gotta. They either hunker down, and if they can't stay where they are, tell them to run. Tell them to haul ass, get to the nearest shelter and hunker down there. You guys be safe. Rip. You should have my phone number if you want to text me. If you don't, email me and I'll send it to you. And you guys be safe. Be careful out there. God bless you all. And let's get this information out. We can't all help them. We're too far away. We can get info to them so they can make better decisions, because they're going to be in a communications blackout here soon. And they're going to be in a bit of a black hole trying to figure out what's going on. So if you can share that info to them so they can make the best decision they can, that makes a difference. It's a huge difference. So you guys be good, be safe, be careful out there, and you guys just take care of yourselves. No one can leave. Dragon Slayer, they may let you go to the nearest shelter if you can tell them, this is the address I'm going to. I'm going to this church. There's a shelter. I can't stay in my house. They're supposed to let you pass, according to the governor, to get to the shelter. But they're going to kick you off the road. They're going to be like, get on the shelter and get out of here. So be safe, stay blessed. And let's check in with our friends in Florida. Those of you in Florida who want to do a check-in with me, theroamingprepper@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. I'll try and respond as quick as I can this evening when I get home. And if you guys, just keep us updated. And you guys be careful. Be safe out there. Make good decisions. Calm. You got this. Just make smart decisions. No panic, because that's when you make the wrong ones. You guys be safe out there. Take care.